Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for the finale, episode 26 of Toaru Majutsu no Index 3, or a certain magical index 3. And yeah, for my finale review I'm going to talk about the episode and give it a score, but I also generally talk about the series as a whole and give it a score too, or the season rather. But yeah, I'm excited. We're going to have a season off from Toaru, but then we get the Angelccelerator anime, and then eventually we're getting Railgun 3, so I'm very, very excited. Angelccelerator, from the PV they've released so far, I think there's just been one, looks great. So, yeah, either way, let's talk about the last episode of Index, and I really, really liked it. I feel like, again, the episode wasn't perfect, but I really, really liked it, and the show as a whole, my thoughts are going to remain the same. It was really fun to watch every week. Every episode individually was good and fun. There's just the problem of things being skimmed over, things being left out. All of this stuff, like, that's what makes it difficult to score, because the problem is things being left out or things being skimmed over. But the things that weren't left out or skimmed over, the things we actually got, were just really fun to watch. But yeah, let's just start from the beginning, I guess. So Last Order is all healed at the beginning, and it's just so hard to feel too much at this scene. It's supposed to be all emotional and stuff, when we never really spent time developing what was actually wrong or what the consequences would be. So it's hard to really feel that much about she survived the danger when we didn't really spend much time seeing how or why she was in danger. Then we have Angelccelerator. The music for it is just hilarious and cheesy. It's great. But he flies up, presumably to get rid of that telesma that was threatening to just destroy everybody if it exploded and came to Earth and all that Fiamma was talking about. But then getting back to Fiamma and Toma, so Fiamma can't use Index at this point because of the interference of Laura and the others. And we get his delusion as he's being hit with the Toma punch, of course, to end the battle. His delusion was thinking that only he could save everyone. He had sort of a good reason and purpose, but he was just so obsessed with the world's messed up and only I can save people, a serious messianic complex, really, that's what was the issue in all of this that caused all of the problems. Sasha and Lessar escape. Toma brings Fiamma to a really conveniently placed escape pod. So the escape pods don't make much sense to me. Maybe, again, it's something developed more in the light novels, but the thing is, I don't remember if it was or not, but the thing is, these are all sort of like old church buildings or whatever that were brought up and brought together from around the world to create the Star of Bethlehem. Okay, so I don't get why they would have fancy high-tech escape pods like it's some sort of spaceship. So yeah, that convenient and weird, doesn't make much sense. Misaka attempts to save Toma, but he decides to stay. Now this is something I've got to say. Misaka's entire role in this has seemed kind of pointless. She didn't need to be here. And again, I do believe they've left stuff out that she actually does from the anime. But yeah, she hasn't done anything. She got on the plane to come here, met up with the one random Misaka sister, tried to save Toma, but didn't actually, and then tried to search for him and didn't actually find him. So nothing that she accomplished here or that happened for her character here is anything that couldn't have been done by just not showing her and then showing her in Academy City at the end, like, Toma was caught up in this? Wow. That's, like, she didn't have to come out here, she didn't have to do anything, she didn't really do anything. So yeah, I don't know, I think the anime maybe just didn't portray that very well, but yeah, Misaka just didn't do anything. Index appears to him in spirit form to ask why he's staying. He apologizes, says he can't just let this like giant mass of earth and buildings crash into the ground. He apologizes to her for lying about his memories and all, and then sends her back to her body with style. No, her body like with style. He doesn't do it with style. Then we see that Gabriel is interfering with the star being taken down properly. She's still here, apparently. I thought she was gone by now, but whatever. The star then plummets into the ocean because Toma accomplishes all he needed to do. And then he uses Imagine Breaker on Gabriel, freeing all the telesma that was stored up there before her body went out of control. And again, another giant telesma explosion stuff. Mugen, I really, really love the stuff with Item. I think that's one thing that this second half of the season's handled really, really well. All the stuff with Hamazura and Item's been really good. So Mugino offers to be a bargaining chip for them to use with Academy City, but Academy City was really after Taketsubo, not Mugino, because they know that they can try to make her the 8th. And they don't say the 8th what, but presumably the 8th level 5. The villagers then save them. All of that was great. I think that was probably... I don't know, there were a lot of good scenes, but I think that might have been the best scene of the episode. Angelccelerator's group got captured by absolute dumbasses. They're like, oh, did you turn his thing off that lets him have superpowers? Here, let me check. Hits the button on it. Like, they were captured by the dumbest Academy City soldiers, and he's talking to these random scrub soldiers as if they know the deep inner workings of Academy City when they're just some random scrubs. But yeah, he was captured by the dumbest and most incompetent henchmen. Fiamma, oh man, this actually might be the best scene. Fiamma loses an arm from being attacked by Alistair, who's now outside of the tank. That was a really, really good scene. And seeing again how Fiamma is like not an evil or bad person, they just, in their messianic complex, did an evil or bad thing. And the reason he was attacked, he theorizes, he's like, I must have gotten too close to the truth of this world. All of that, really, really good. From that, Laura learns that confirmation Alistair is alive. We see Iwas and Kazakiri talking about humans for a moment. Then Misaka searches for Toma and just finds the little thing from his phone. And from there, this was hype. Fiamma's taken in by Alaris and Athanas. We get to see Alaris and Athanas. That was good. And then the Russian leader announces the end of the war, and the dawn-colored sunlight, I believe it is, finds Toma. And that's it. So yeah, I thought it was a really, really good finale. I thought there were a lot of scenes to really enjoy. Everything was entertaining and fun. The only thing I would say is maybe not the best was the Angelccelerator stuff at the beginning, but I thought it was cheesy enough that I laughed my way through it anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I said it last week, I think, but Angelccelerator's probably or possibly my favorite character in the series, and I always love the stuff with him. It's just, again, I think maybe a difference in pacing things out better and making sure you explain everything, because it's like, look at the last little Angelccelerator storyline. I think it was only even 2 episodes long at the end of Index 1, and compare that to this stuff with Last Order. That stuff was really good, really emotional, made perfect sense, really made you feel for his character. And this stuff had some okay moments, but it felt like we really got the Cliff Notes version because it was hard to tell why anything was going on or what was happening. But yeah, either way, loved that. I loved the hints at the future stuff. That was done really, really well. And how the cast was all separated apart. I love when the cast gets separated in a show or any kind of series, and we get to see them, how they work their way back together, how each of them meets new characters. So I really liked how that was done. There were some problems, but the problems were just small, lingering things, like things being skimmed over or left out. They weren't really a big deal. So yeah, I think that's it. There wasn't really a big deal of anything wrong, and what we did get, I enjoyed a lot and thought it was really fun and good. So I'd even give it 9 magic gods out of 10. It did a really good job of... The end really kind of happened last week. It did a good job of just wrapping up the plot points that we didn't finish last week and hinting us at things for the future. That's basically what it was for. It was really an epilogue kind of episode, and it was good. So yeah, 9 magic gods out of 10. I liked it a lot. For the series as a whole, I actually gave the episodes, going back through, I was like, the average episode score for this is really, really high, even though it did have these lingering problems. And I came to the conclusion, I kind of already thought this, that it's because episode to episode, each individual episode, with the exception of one or two here and there, has been really, really good. But even though the individual episodes have been good, the overall has been a bit disjointed because of the bad pacing, so it's very difficult to give a score to this. Because for what I'm giving it 8 rushed seasons out of 10. For what we got, it was good and enjoyable, 8 out of 10, but it's always going to be mired by the negative of it really, really needed to be paced better than this. So that's the thing. It was good, it was fun, but it's always going to have some problems because of the pacing. Hopefully that's fixed next season, though. Hopefully they're at New Testament, they can take their time and make things as amazing as the first 2 seasons. So then I guess Season 3's legacy will always be, ooh, that one. But yeah, either way, I'm excited for whenever Index 4 comes around. I'm just, like I said, sort of almost every week, I'm just excited we're getting Index 3, period, even if it's not the best. Because, at this point, I didn't even think we'd ever get Index 3. It's been forever. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm really excited. I hope Railgun 3 can live up to the first 2 seasons of Railgun, because Railgun and Railgun S are incredible. They're some of the best anime I've seen, so I hope Railgun 3 can live up to those. And Accelerator, just from the PV, it looks like the production quality could be Railgun quality. So if the production quality is really high for that, I'm really hyped for that too. Honestly though, for this, the animation and music and everything has been great for Index 3. It's just the pacing. The pacing is literally the only bad thing. Like, everything other than the pacing, nothing but great things to say about it. Because the music, animation, all of that's been great. Yeah, this is really the only complaint about the entire season. Kind of a big complaint, depending on how you look at it, but that's really it. But yeah, I guess that's where I'll end the video. 9 out of 10 for the episode, and 8 out of 10 for the series. So if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this season and this episode, what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more Toaru series and much more on the channel. For this upcoming season, what I'm reviewing weekly, I'm thinking I'm going to be doing Kimetsu no Yaiba and Fairy Gone. Those are the ones that I've put out some polls and stuff, and those are the ones that have really gotten the most votes by a long shot. So I think I'm going to be doing those 2 weekly. But if you have any other suggestions, just let me know. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Follow on Twitter for updates on stuff for the channel, or I can talk to you there. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us there, then just ask and I can give you a link to that too. So that's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.